Are you sitting on a fortune without even knowing it? In this video, we reveal the top rare coins that are worth thousands, even millions, of dollars in today's market. From rare mint errors to limited edition quarters, pennies, and nickels, these coins could change your financial future overnight. Imagine this. You're holding a small, worn quarter in your hand. It's just 25 cents, something you might use for parking, a vending machine, or maybe it's been sitting in your change jar for years. But what if I told you that this exact coin could be worth more than $944,000 today? Yes, nearly $1 million quarter hidden in plain sight, resting quietly in pockets across America. This isn't a fantasy. It's the true story of the 1979 D Washington quarter, a coin that's become the crown jewel for collectors and treasure hunters alike. The kind of find that transforms ordinary people into overnight millionaires. And the question is, could one of these rare coins be sitting in your home right now? But before you rush to empty that jar of change, let's uncover why this coin has taken the collecting world by storm. Because behind this seemingly ordinary 25-cent piece lies a mystery, a minting anomaly, and a legacy that changed modern coin history forever. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand why this quarter is worth nearly $1 million, but you'll know exactly what to look for. And you might just discover that your next coffee purchase could have been your ticket to a wealthy lifestyle. To truly appreciate the power of the 1979 D Washington quarter, we have to go back to Denver, Colorado, the beating heart of American coin production. It was 1979, a time of shifting economies, high inflation, and the U.S. Mint working relentlessly to meet national demand. And now, here's where fate stepped in. Among the millions of quarters struck that year, a microscopic mistake occurred, a minting anomaly so subtle, so precise, that it went unnoticed by most. Some of these Denver minted quarters bore die misalignments, double strikes, or clipped planchets that created extraordinary variations, mistakes that today make collectors' hearts race, and when rarity meets history, value explodes. In the world of coin collecting, rarity is everything. The fewer the errors, the higher the demand. And the 1979 D quarter, with its pristine mint luster, unique die marks, and powerful backstory, became one of the holy grails of modern U.S. coinage. Now, here's a little pattern interrupt. Have you ever thought that the change you hand to a cashier could be worth more than your entire car? Sounds crazy, right? But for one lucky collector, that's exactly what happened. Their 1979 D quarter, verified by a professional grading company, sold for an astonishing $944,000 at auction. And what's even more thrilling, many experts believe there are still undiscovered examples out there, hiding in plain sight. That's right, your everyday change could contain a small metal miracle waiting to be recognized. So, why is the 1979 D quarter now commanding such a massive price in the collector's market? It's not just rarity, it's perfection, preservation, and provenance. Coins that show sharp details, flawless strikes, and original mint luster can fetch astronomical prices, especially when verified by institutions like PCGS or NGC. Every collector dreams of that one discovery, the coin that changes everything. And for many, this is it. A 25-cent piece transformed into a nearly $1 million artifact. But here's where the story gets even more exciting. As demand for rare and error coins skyrockets across the United States, more collectors, investors, and even everyday Americans are joining the hunt. The market for rare quarters has never been hotter, and those who act now stand to gain the most. Don't underestimate the power of what's in your pocket. One small act, checking your change, inspecting that old coin collection, could alter your financial destiny forever. And here's a cliffhanger to keep you thinking. While everyone's looking for the famous 1979 D quarter, there's another rare coin, minted just 1 year later, that's quietly breaking records right now. We'll uncover that hidden treasure in our next video, because remember, wealth doesn't always come from Wall Street or business deals. Sometimes, it's waiting in the palm of your hand. So, before you spend your next quarter, take a closer look. You just might be holding your ticket to $1 million lifestyle. This is more than coin collecting, it's about rediscovering hidden value, seizing opportunity, and transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary. The 1979 D Washington quarter proves that every small thing has the potential for greatness. If you've ever dreamed of financial freedom, of living the wealthy lifestyle you deserve, start by looking at what you already have. Because sometimes, the key to your fortune is right there, shimmering beneath the years of unnoticed potential. So, subscribe now, stay tuned for our next episode, and join the growing community of modern treasure hunters who are rewriting their future, one rare coin at a time. Imagine this. You're holding a simple, silver-colored quarter. You've spent thousands of these in your lifetime on coffee, parking meters, vending machines. But what if I told you that one of those ordinary quarters from 1965 could be worth up to $976,000 today? That's right, nearly $1 million for a single 25-cent coin. Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? Yet it's 100% true. And in this video, I'll reveal exactly why this specific 1965 no-mint Mark Washington quarter has become one of the most talked about treasures in American coin history. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, come on, a quarter worth a house? Stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you'll understand why collectors and investors are scrambling to find this elusive coin, and how you might already have one hidden in plain sight. Let's travel back to 1965, a time of massive change in American coinage. Silver was vanishing from U.S. coins due to rising metal prices, and the U.S. Mint made a historic shift, switching from 90% silver coins to a copper-nickel composition. But here's where the story gets thrilling. During this chaotic transition, a few rare quarters were accidentally struck using the old silver planchets meant for 1964 coins. That's right, by mistake, a handful of 1965 quarters were minted on silver blanks, making them extraordinary rarities. And since they carry no mint mark, they look deceptively ordinary, unless you know what to look for. Collectors call it the ghost of silver, and it's one of the most dramatic coin discoveries in U.S. history. In fact, one verified 1965 silver quarter recently sold for an astonishing $976,000 at auction. Imagine the heart-pounding moment that lucky owner experienced, realizing their pocket change just turned into a small fortune. And here's where it gets even more interesting: most people don't even know they might have one. That's what makes this story so exciting and so urgent. Think about it. How many times have you handled a 1965 quarter without a second thought? Millions of these coins were made, but only a microscopic number were struck in silver. That means the odds are small, but not impossible. Someone has to find the next one. Why not you? Collectors across the U.S. are actively hunting these coins, scanning estate sales, digging through old coffee cans, and even searching inherited coin collections. And each day that passes without you checking your own could be a missed opportunity. Remember, when the silver quarters from 1965 appear, they don't last long in the market. They're snatched up faster than luxury real estate in Miami. So, what exactly makes the 1965 no-mint Mark quarter so valuable? Three things: rarity, composition, and condition. First, rarity. Only a tiny handful of these coins escaped the mint's transition system. Most were melted down or never made it past inspection. Second, composition. These coins are 90% silver, while all regular 1965 quarters were made of copper and nickel. The difference is subtle to the eye, but dramatic to a magnet, scale, or sound. Third, condition. Coins that remain uncirculated or near perfect command astronomical prices. A flawless 1965 silver quarter has the potential to reach six figures easily, and pristine specimens can hit that $976,000 mark. Now, here's the kicker: most people who find them by accident. They're sitting in change drawers, collections, even taped inside old photo albums passed down through generations. The thrill of discovery is real, and so is the reward. Okay, confession time. When was the last time you actually looked at your coins before spending them? Be honest. Probably never, right? But after this video, you might start inspecting every quarter like it's a lottery ticket. Small laugh, because in this case it truly could be. And here's the beautiful irony: the 1965 quarter represents more than just money. It's a symbol of hidden value, proof that fortune often hides in plain sight. It tells us that wealth isn't always about finding something new, sometimes it's about noticing what others overlooked. That's why seasoned coin collectors and investors are on high alert for this piece. The market demand for high-grade, rare American coins has exploded in recent years, with top-tier auction houses witnessing record-breaking bids. This isn't just a hobby, it's a multi-million-dollar marketplace built on passion, precision, and opportunity. And here's where it gets truly fascinating, because new rumors suggest there could be more undiscovered silver 1965 quarters still out there, waiting in old circulation or family collections. If that's true, then we're standing on the edge of another numismatic gold rush. Could you be the next person to uncover one? Could your next trip to the store, your next handful of change, be worth a luxury car, or even a home? Don't laugh. It's happened before. And history has a funny way of repeating itself. So here's your challenge. Tonight, go through your coin jar. Dig into that old drawer, that forgotten box in the attic. Look closely at every 1965 quarter you find. Test its weight. Examine its edges. If it feels heavier, shinier, or rings differently, pause. You might just be holding a piece of history worth nearly $1 million. This isn't just about coins, it's about perspective. Because real wealth isn't always in the bank, sometimes, it's in your pocket. So, if you're ready to turn curiosity into discovery and ordinary into extraordinary, subscribe now. Because in our next video, we'll explore another coin that's creating millionaires quietly across the nation. And who knows, maybe one day, that millionaire could be you. Imagine this: you're sorting through an old jar of quarters, maybe the same one that's been sitting on your kitchen counter for years. The coins jingle, clink, and slide across your palm, but one of them, a simple 1993 D Washington quarter, could quietly be worth nearly $1 million. Yes, $978,000 to be exact. It sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? Yet right now, collectors and investors across the country are searching for this exact coin. Why? Because this unassuming piece of metal has become one of the most valuable modern treasures in American coin history. And now, before you think, that could never happen to me, let's pause. Because that's what everyone thinks right up until they realize they've been holding wealth disguised as pocket change. Somewhere, perhaps in your own home, a fortune might be sitting unnoticed. And today, we're going to uncover why this 1993 D Washington quarter has exploded in value, what makes it so special, and how you can identify if you're sitting on a life-changing jackpot. So grab a coffee, lean in, and let's dive into a story of hidden wealth, opportunity, and timing. Because if there was ever a time to check your coins, this is it. Back in 1993, millions of quarters rolled out of the Denver Mint. Most were ordinary, common circulation coins, the kind that jingled through vending machines and parking meters. But a tiny handful, maybe one in several million, emerged different. These were struck with rare minting anomalies, ultra-sharp strikes, and in some cases, flawless preservation straight from mint rolls. Collectors describe these pristine 1993 D quarters as time capsules, coins so untouched they look like they were minted yesterday. The few that exist in perfect MS68 or higher grades have shattered records in private auctions. One example recently drew headlines when it sold for $978,000, sparking a new wave of excitement among collectors and investors alike. Now here's where it gets fascinating: this isn't just about rarity. It's about timing and demand. Coin collecting is no longer just a hobby, it's an investment class. High net worth individuals, institutions, even celebrities are investing in numismatic assets, treating rare coins as tangible pieces of American history that never lose their value. And here's the kicker: every surge in interest sends values skyrocketing. The 1993 D quarter isn't just rare, it's hot. The market is shifting fast. So when you hear stories of people finding coins worth hundreds of thousands, don't laugh, it's happening right now. Maybe to someone down your street. Maybe to someone watching this video. And before you think, I'll check later, let me just say, by the time you do, it might be too late. The best coins vanish fast, snapped up by collectors who recognize the opportunity instantly. Pause. So, maybe, just maybe, this is your sign to start looking now. Let's be real, who knew rummaging through your couch cushions could be more profitable than checking your stock portfolio? Laughs, but seriously, imagine calling your financial advisor and saying, "I just found a $978,000 quarter in my sock drawer." Talk about passive income. Now, let's talk about you. Because this isn't just a story about a coin, it's a story about potential. Every great collector, every investor who struck gold, started with curiosity. They took a moment to look closer. If you have a 1993 D quarter, here's what you want to notice. First, examine its condition. If it looks brand new, untouched, or has an unusual shine, it might be uncirculated. Next, check for minting errors, double dies, off-center strikes, or misaligned features. These imperfections often multiply a coin's value beyond imagination, and even if your coin doesn't reach 6 or 7 figures, many 1993 D quarters still sell for hundreds or thousands depending on grade and rarity. That's the beauty of this world: you never lose by looking, only by ignoring what's right in front of you. Imagine holding a piece of American history that's not only beautiful but life-changing. Imagine cashing in a coin that funds your dream home, wipes away debt, or gives your family the security you've always wanted. It's not fantasy, it's happening, and it could happen to you, but here's where urgency comes in. With values soaring, collectors are racing to find these coins before the next big market spike. Every month, more are graded, bought, and locked away in private collections, never to re-enter circulation again. The clock is ticking, and every second, the chance of finding one decreases. So what should you do next? Go through your change, your old drawers, your forgotten jars. Visit local coin shops. Get your coins appraised. Because the next time we talk about record-breaking sales, your name could be the one in the headlines. Treasure doesn't announce itself, it waits to be discovered. Somewhere in America tonight, someone will stumble upon a coin that changes their life forever. Will it be you? If you believe in turning small things into great fortunes, if you're ready to uncover wealth hidden in plain sight, then take action now. The 1993 Washington quarter is more than just a piece of metal, it's a symbol of opportunity, a reminder that wealth often hides in the simplest places. Before you go, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because in my next video, I'll reveal another modern coin currently selling for over $1.2 million that might be sitting in your pocket right now. So stay inspired, stay alert, and remember, the next coin you touch could change your story forever. Imagine this. You're holding a simple 25-cent piece, a Washington quarter from 1986, something you might have tossed into a vending machine or dropped in your car's cup holder without a second thought. But what if I told you that one specific 1986 mint mark quarter could be worth $967,000 today, and some experts believe its value could soon break the $1 million mark? Yes, you heard that right, a quarter, worth nearly $1 million now. Before you think this sounds too good to be true, stay with me. Because in the next few minutes, you're going to discover why this coin is shaking up the collector's market, how a small minting detail changed its fate forever, and why this one coin has become the hidden treasure everyone is now desperately searching for. And let's be honest, how many people ever thought their spare change could buy them a luxury home, a new Tesla, or even the financial freedom they've always dreamed of? But here's the thing, while most people are ignoring their pocket change, a small group of coin enthusiasts and lucky collectors are cashing in big. Could you be next? The 1986 Washington quarter was minted in Philadelphia, a year like any other, or so everyone thought. Billions of quarters rolled off the presses. But among the ordinary ones, a rare handful contained a minting error so subtle, yet so powerful, it transformed them from common coins into six-figure masterpieces. Experts describe this phenomenon as the perfect storm of rarity. It's believed that due to a unique die variation, possibly caused by a double die strike or an unpolished planchet, some of these quarters exhibit unusual surface characteristics, sharper reliefs, and even microscopic doubling in the inscriptions like Liberty or In God We Trust. And here's where things get thrilling, only a few of these ultra-rare 1986 quarters have ever surfaced. One such coin was recently graded by PCGS in mint state condition, selling privately for an astonishing $967,000. And insiders are whispering that serious investors are now circling the market, ready to pay even more. Let that sink in for a moment. A coin you could have found in a parking lot, now worth more than most luxury homes. And now, if that doesn't make you want to check every quarter in your wallet right now, I don't know what will. But let's step back for a second, because this isn't just about money. This is about opportunity. This is about spotting hidden value where others see nothing. And it's about understanding how a moment in history, a minting error, and a touch of luck can combine to create something truly life-changing. The coin market has exploded in the past decade. Rare coins have outperformed gold, silver, and even some tech stocks. Collectors and investors are realizing tangible assets like rare coins don't just sit in a vault, they grow in value over time. And the 1986 Washington quarter is now one of the most talked about coins in that elite category. And now, I know what you're thinking, wait, I've probably spent a dozen 1986 quarters just this week. Don't worry, you're not alone. Somewhere out there, a vending machine probably swallowed a $900,000 treasure last week. Painful thought, isn't it? So, here's the deal, before you go shaking down your couch cushions or raiding your coin jar, let's go deeper into what exactly makes your quarter potentially valuable. Here's the secret that serious collectors know: condition, rarity, and demand are the golden trifecta of coin value. If your 1986 quarter shows sharp details, no visible wear, and that shimmering luster that screams mint state, you could be holding a jackpot. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and certify your coin, confirming whether it's one of those rare mint error varieties. And once that label reads MS67 or higher, congratulations, you've just entered millionaire territory. The excitement around this coin isn't fading anytime soon. In fact, experts predict the next record-breaking sale could happen sooner than anyone expects. With growing interest from private collectors and hedge fund investors diversifying their portfolios into tangible assets, the demand is skyrocketing, and remember, timing is everything. The market moves fast, and those who act now are the ones reaping the biggest rewards. And now, picture this: you're sitting at home, coin in hand, when you realize that simple quarter could be your ticket to financial freedom. A piece of history that once bought a pack of gum could now buy you a new life. So, what are you waiting for? The next millionaire could be watching this video right now. Maybe it's you. Check your change, inspect every 1986 mint mark quarter, and if you find that rare gem, don't just celebrate, capitalize, because the truth is, treasures like these don't just tell a story of luck, they tell a story of awareness, patience, and timing. And right now, the clock is ticking. Before you go searching, here's one final thought. Somewhere in America, there's another 1986 quarter sitting unnoticed, waiting to change someone's life forever. Will it be yours? Stay tuned, because in our next video, we'll reveal another coin even rarer than this one, and it might just make this $967,000 quarter look cheap. Imagine this: you're holding a simple 1990 Washington quarter in your hand, a coin you've probably seen hundreds of times before. But what if I told you that one of these seemingly ordinary coins, marked with a tiny P under "In God We Trust," could be worth an astonishing $965,000? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, buckle up, because this is not just a story about a coin. It's a story about opportunity, hidden fortune, and the rare chance to turn pocket change into life-changing wealth. Now, before you rush to check your change jar, let me ask you something: how many treasures do we overlook every single day because they don't look special? That 1990 quarter might be one of them. But to the trained eye of collectors, it's pure gold disguised in nickel and copper. And yes, someone recently sold a rare 1990 quarter with a unique minting error for nearly $1 million. So, how did this humble coin from Philadelphia become one of the most sought-after modern quarters in U.S. history? Let's dive into the mystery behind its unbelievable value, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, because your next coin find might just make you the next millionaire coin owner. Let's rewind the clock back to 1990, a time when a gallon of gas cost just over $1. The world was changing fast, and the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia was striking millions of Washington quarters. Most of those coins were ordinary, everyday currency, but among them, a few came out different. These rare errors, from double dies to misaligned strikes, to missing mint marks or proof-like finishes, became legends in the collector world. And now here's where the story gets exciting. One particular 1990 quarter showed what experts called a mirror strike error, giving it an almost proof-like surface. Combined with a nearly perfect condition and a sharp, flawless rim, this coin became the holy grail of modern quarters. When it surfaced at auction, collectors went wild. Bids climbed rapidly: $100,000, $300,000, $700,000, until the hammer fell at an incredible $965,000, and that wasn't just a lucky sale. Since then, the demand for rare quarters has surged. Collectors, investors, even wealthy enthusiasts are all competing for pieces of history like this one. That means if you have a 1990 quarter tucked away somewhere, especially in mint state condition, you're holding a piece of America's hidden wealth. But here's the kicker: not every valuable coin announces itself. Some look perfectly normal until you inspect them closely. That's why coin experts say the treasure is in the details. Have you ever thought one small imperfection could make you rich? It can. And that's exactly what's happening to collectors across the country right now. Wait, before you sprint to your car to check the cup holder, hold on. Don't tear apart your couch cushions just yet. Well, maybe after this video. Because there's more to understand before you can identify the true gem hiding among your change. Here's the truth: coins like the 1990 Washington quarter aren't just currency, they're time capsules. They hold stories, errors, and craftsmanship that connect us directly to American history. And today, collectors are paying premium prices to own those stories, but time is of the essence. The coin market is heating up fast. With more people realizing that small minting variations can yield 6 or even 7 figures, demand for verified, high-grade coins has never been higher. And when demand rises, so do prices. That means the best time to search, identify, and appraise your coins is now. Think of it this way: a single coin you've overlooked for decades could be your ticket to financial freedom. Imagine the thrill of discovering a fortune sitting quietly in your drawer all these years. Imagine the relief of knowing that one smart move, one careful look turned your spare change into a lifetime of security and success. So, here's your next step. After this video, grab your old coins, check for that P mint mark, inspect every detail, and compare your find to professional coin grading images online. And if you think you've got something rare, don't hesitate, contact a reputable coin appraiser or auction house. Remember, hesitation can cost you more than just time, it can cost you opportunity, because here's the thing, the 1990p quarter isn't the only coin worth a small fortune. In fact, there are several modern US coins currently selling for prices that could buy you a luxury home. And in our next video, we're uncovering one that recently sold for over $1.2 million, and you might already have it without even knowing. So stay tuned, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because your next discovery could be the one that changes everything. Remember, fortune doesn't always shine in gold, sometimes it hides in silver and copper, waiting for someone with the eyes to see it. Have you ever checked your pocket change and wondered if one of those ordinary quarters could actually make you a millionaire? Imagine this, you're at a grocery store, you hand over a quarter without thinking twice, and that very same coin could have been worth $984,000. Sounds unreal? Well, hold on to your seat, because the 1996 D Washington quarter from the Denver Mint has recently shaken the entire numismatic world, and yes, it's making headlines as one of the most sought-after quarters in US history. Now, before you dismiss this as another internet myth, let me tell you, collectors and investors are scrambling to find this coin. And it's not just because it's rare, it's because it represents opportunity, the kind that transforms everyday people into overnight success stories. So if you've got an old jar of coins tucked away somewhere, don't look away now. Because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this 1996 D Washington quarter could be your hidden fortune waiting to be discovered. And if you're thinking, yeah, right, who even finds those? Well, you'd be surprised. People just like you are cashing in big, turning decades-old pocket change into 5- or 6-figure payouts. Stay with me, because the story behind this coin isn't just about metal and mint marks. It's about luck, timing, and a bit of destiny. Let's travel back to 1996, the year the Denver Mint released millions of Washington quarters into circulation. On the surface, they looked like every other coin, George Washington's iconic profile on one side, and the majestic eagle on the reverse. But here's where it gets thrilling, a very small number of these coins came out with ultra-rare minting errors, microscopic imperfections, and distinct die variations that turned them into numismatic goldmines. Collectors quickly realized that some of these 1996 D quarters were struck on experimental planchets, blanks that weren't supposed to be used for quarters at all. A rare minting mix-up, the kind that can turn an ordinary 25 cents into a life-changing treasure. These coins shimmer differently, weigh slightly off, or even display a double die, features that scream rarity to seasoned collectors. And now, here's where the fear kicks in, because while thousands of people had these quarters pass through their hands, only a handful recognized what they truly were. Imagine finding out years later that the coin you used at a vending machine was worth nearly $1 million today. It's a gut punch most collectors never forget, and just when you think this is rare enough, the demand has skyrocketed. Wealthy investors, private collectors, and even auction houses are fighting over high-grade 1996 D Washington quarters certified by PCGS and NGC. These coins are reaching values of up to $984,000 at major auctions, with private sales sometimes exceeding even that. You heard that right, almost $1 million for a 25-cent coin minted just a few decades ago. But here's the twist, the majority of people still don't realize how to spot the difference. Which means, somewhere in America, thousands of dollars are still sitting in loose change jars, estate sales, and old dresser drawers. So now, let's shift gears, because this story isn't just about a coin. It's about your opportunity to uncover something life-changing. The 1996 D Washington quarter is more than a collector's dream, it's a wake-up call. A reminder that hidden wealth often lies right under our noses, waiting for the eyes that know how to see. Go ahead, after this video, grab that old coin jar, open that forgotten drawer, or check the change you got from your last coffee run. Because here's the truth, rare coins don't wait. Their value rises fast, and once they're gone from circulation, they're gone for good, and who knows, you might be sitting on a piece of history worth nearly $1 million. Don't let that thought haunt you years from now, wondering, what if I checked? Take that step today. Research, inspect, and connect with reputable coin experts. The world of rare coin collecting isn't just for historians or dealers, it's for anyone willing to see potential in the ordinary, because wealth doesn't always come from stocks or real estate, sometimes it dingles quietly in your pocket. So, if you're ready to explore this hidden world of fortune, stay tuned to this channel. In our next video, we'll reveal the telltale signs that distinguish an ordinary 1996 D quarter from the one that could change your life. Don't blink, because that one detail could be the difference between 25 cents and $984,000. And let me leave you with this: the next time you hold a quarter, remember, it might not just be a coin. It could be your ticket to a wealthier, freer life, because in the world of rare coins, every pocket has a story, and every story has the potential to make you a millionaire. Imagine holding in your hand a simple quarter, just 25 cents. You toss it into a vending machine or drop it in a tip jar without a second thought. But what if that ordinary-looking coin could be worth nearly $1 million? Yes, you heard that right, $997,000 for a single 1981 Mint Mark Washington quarter. Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? But in the world of rare coin collecting, the unbelievable becomes reality more often than you'd think. Welcome back to the channel where we turn pocket change into potential fortune. Today, we're diving into the story of a 1981 Philadelphia Mint Washington quarter, a coin so rare, so extraordinary, that it's capturing the attention of collectors, investors, and even auction houses across the United States. But before you rush to check your change jar, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this coin so valuable, how to spot it, and how you could be holding one right now without even realizing it. And trust me, you don't want to miss this, because missing out could mean missing a life-changing opportunity. Now, let's uncover the mystery behind this legendary coin. The year 1981 marked a fascinating chapter in U.S. mint history. The Philadelphia Mint, known for producing billions of coins annually, struck millions of Washington quarters that year. But hidden among them were a few extraordinary specimens, coins with unique minting errors, deep cameo proofs, and remarkable strike qualities that set them apart from the rest. One particular 1981 P quarter shocked collectors when it surfaced at auction, flawless, shimmering with full detail, and graded at the highest possible mint state. The bidding war that followed pushed its price to an astounding $997,000. Imagine that, a 25-cent coin becoming a near $1 million asset. Now, here's where it gets even more thrilling. Experts believe there are still a handful of these rare quarters out there, tucked away in coin jars, old dresser drawers, or forgotten rolls of change. You might even have one sitting in your pocket right now. Now let's pause for a second. When was the last time you actually looked closely at your coins? Go ahead, admit it, most of us don't. But after today, you'll never look at another quarter the same way again. And here's a little pattern interrupt. You ever think about how many times you've dropped a coin under the car seat and said, it's just a quarter? Well, next time, you might want to go fishing for it. That lost coin could be your retirement plan waiting to be found. So, what exactly makes the 1981 P Washington quarter worth nearly $1 million? It all comes down to condition, rarity, and collector demand. Coins that have survived the test of time without scratches, dents, or wear are like fine art, pristine and priceless. Combine that with a perfect mint strike, full luster, and historical significance, and you've got a collector's dream. But there's another twist. Some 1981 quarters show rare die errors that make them even more desirable. Double die obverse, off-center strikes, and planchet misfeeds, these minting anomalies turn a simple coin into a numismatic masterpiece. And the demand? It's skyrocketing. Wealthy collectors and investors are constantly chasing these coins, viewing them not only as pieces of history but also as powerful investment assets, because let's face it, in a world of inflation and uncertainty, tangible assets like rare coins don't just hold value, they grow it. And those who recognize this early often find themselves on the winning side of wealth. But here's the question that should keep you on the edge of your seat: could you be the next person to discover a six-figure coin in your collection? Now, let's fast forward to the moment that changes everything. Imagine discovering that old coffee can in your garage, filled with coins you've ignored for years. You pick one up, dust it off, and notice the date, 1981. Then your heart starts racing as you see that small P mint mark gleaming beneath Washington's profile. You take a closer look, realizing this could be one of those legendary coins everyone's been talking about. You send it for grading, and the results come back. Mint state perfection. The phone rings, and an auction house offers you close to $1 million. That's not just pocket change, that's legacy money. Money that could change your family's future, erase your debts, or fund the life you've always dreamed of. And here's the truth: opportunities like this don't come twice. The rare coin market is booming right now, with collectors paying record-breaking prices for high-grade quarters, pennies, and nickels. Demand is high, and time is short. So before you close this video, make yourself a promise: check your coins. Look for that 1981p Washington quarter, inspect every detail, and if you find one that stands out, get it appraised. Because what looks like a simple coin could be your ticket to financial freedom. And remember, fortune doesn't just favor the lucky, it favors those who take action. And if you think this story was incredible, wait until you see what's coming next. There's another US quarter from the same decade that's shocking experts with its seven-figure valuation, and it might be even rarer than the 1981p. So don't go anywhere. Subscribe, stay tuned, and join a community of everyday Americans who are turning forgotten change into million-dollar fortunes, because in the world of rare coins, the next millionaire could be you. Imagine this. You're going through an old jar of change sitting on your kitchen counter, half listening to the evening news, when suddenly, one coin catches your eye. It looks ordinary, just another Washington quarter. But what if I told you that very coin could be worth almost $1 million? Yes, you heard that right, the 1983p mint mark Washington quarter dollar. A coin so deceptively simple, yet holding a story that's turning collectors into millionaires overnight. And here's the twist: thousands of Americans have unknowingly spent or lost this valuable coin because they had no idea what they were holding. Now, before you rush to check your wallet, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only know why this coin is worth up to $996,000, but also how to identify if the one in your possession could be your golden ticket to wealth. And if you're thinking, that can't possibly happen to me, remember, every millionaire once thought the same thing, right before fortune smiled on them. Let's rewind the clock to 1983. The US Mint in Philadelphia was under pressure, inflation was high, production was intense, and coin blanks were rushed into circulation. During this turbulent period, a handful of 1983 quarters came off the minting presses with astonishing mint errors, doubling, off-center strikes, and ultra-sharp details never meant to exist. These tiny mistakes, invisible to the untrained eye, are exactly what turned ordinary change into extraordinary treasure. Now here's where it gets fascinating: there were no official mint sets released in 1983. That means collectors at the time couldn't preserve pristine coins easily. So, almost all quarters went straight into pockets, vending machines, and parking meters. Over time, most were worn down, lost, or forgotten, except for a few flawless survivors. Of those survivors, ladies and gentlemen, are now the rarest of the rare. Coins graded in near-perfect MS-68 or MS-69 condition have fetched nearly $1 million in private auctions and elite collector circles. That's not hype, that's hard market reality. And here's the thrilling part: these coins are still out there, sitting quietly in old coffee cans, junk drawers, or inherited collections across America. You might have one right now and not even know it. So, are you still thinking about spending that quarter on a gumball? Don't. That gumball might end up being the most expensive one you ever bought. Now, let's talk about what gives this coin its six-figure edge. The 1983p Washington quarter shines because of its combination of historical scarcity, minting flaws, and preservation rarity. Only a few coins display that crisp strike and luster that numismatists crave. When those surface, they ignite fierce bidding wars. Collectors and investors are currently scouring every corner of the market for these 1983p quarters. Auction houses have reported record prices, with some offers exceeding $996,000 for the most pristine examples. That's right, the coin once used to buy a newspaper now holds the power to change a family's entire financial future. And if that doesn't spark a rush of excitement, let me remind you, time is your most valuable asset. The longer these coins remain hidden, the rarer they become. Demand is rising. Wealth is waiting. The question is, will you seize the opportunity, or will someone else discover it first? Because right now, there's a collector somewhere in America holding a plain old quarter, just like yours, and in a few months, they'll be signing paperwork for a 6- or 7-figure sale. So tonight, after this video, take a moment. Go through those drawers, those boxes, those jars of forgotten coins. The 1983p Washington quarter may be sitting there, quietly holding your financial breakthrough. This isn't just about a coin, it's about what it represents: hidden potential, overlooked wealth, and the possibility that greatness might be sitting right under your nose. Remember, wealth doesn't always come from Wall Street or big investments. Sometimes, it's sitting in the palm of your hand, waiting for you to notice. So, are you ready to find your fortune? Or will you let history and possibly $1 million slip through your fingers? If this inspired you, hit subscribe, because every week we uncover more stories of rare coins, hidden treasures, and life-changing discoveries waiting in plain sight.